Welcome back to Sensory Podcast, your favorite podcast here on the SJC College campus, where we get to see, hear, get a sense for, and even a taste of the latest issues and topics here on campus. I'm your host, Natalie, and today we're going to be tackling the topic, exploring perspectives on academic success. Why? Well, because academic success is practically important for every student here on campus, and for that we organized a debate because perspectives, there are many, and we want to see these guys defending their perspectives. So we invited 4 of our dynamic SJC students to come and defend their perspectives on academic success. And to start off, guys, I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining us on the couch. And also, I want you to introduce yourselves and tell us what perspective you will be defending.
Hi guys, I'm Ilya, a tourism major, and I'm defending students who believe that academic success can be achieved by challenging themselves.
Very well, and challenging Ilya's perspective.
Yours truly, Nathaniel. I'm a business admin major, and I will be defending students that are unbothered with academic success.
Okay, very interesting. And that's going to be our round 1 debate. And we have a second round of debates with 2 different perspectives. And who do we have going head to head?
Hi, my name is Kylie. I'm an entrepreneurship major, and I will be defending students who are unsure about their academic success.
Okay, wonderful. And going against Kylie, we have...
Hello, we have the one and only Calvin. Today I'll be defending students that has a God-centered approach in their studies that can help them with their academic success.
Okay, wonderful. All right, guys, before we get started, we're going to go into research when it comes to defining and measuring academic success. And I'm pulling a quote from Travis et al. And in their revision of the theoretical definition of academic success, and I'm going to give you guys that. It's quoted, "We define academic success as inclusive of academic achievement, attainment of learning objectives, acquisition of desired skills and competencies, satisfaction, persistence, and post-college performance." So that's a heavily worded definition, and what research is trying to tell us, guys, is that academic success is inclusive of not only what you guys are going to be accomplishing here, but what you're going to be doing after graduation, right? But is this theory holding up? Do you guys have 4 perspectives that is going to put this theory to the test? So we're going to check that out today, and I'm going to invite Kylie and Calvin to step off the couch for a minute, and we're going to have Nathaniel and Ilya on the couch going head to head, debating students who believe that challenging themselves give you more academic success, or those who are just unbothered about academic success. This is Perceptions on Academic Success, round 1. There you go, guys.
Okay, well, I believe that students who challenge themselves find academic success easier because they develop skills, interest, and confidence. A way to start is by, getting involved in leadership roles, like running for student council, whereby you can interact with other students, build teams, and create activities that can enable students like us, obviously. And then you can also learn about both yourself, like how well you work under pressure or with a team, and these abilities or skills basically motivate you to look at your academics positively.
Yeah, I understand what Ilya here is saying, but I don't have to challenge myself in order to build confidence. I don't have to be stressing about passing the quiz, getting A's on a test. I don't have to stress about doing any of that. I will take my time. I don't have to be worrying about all these challenges because they will come on their own.
While I understand your point, I want you to understand mine, which is basically that students tend to achieve greater academic success when in the public eye. These are lessons being learned outside of the classroom. And take, for example, I did a recent interview with our very own student body president, Sana Roland, whereby she expressed that she had difficult time adapting to her classes due to COVID, and her first year here was very much difficult, and then that pursued her to basically go back into leadership roles and, get herself involved in the student council, which she then had the position as president, and, she put it on quote that in her own words, it motivated me to become the academic weapon I once was, and, her first year as president, her first semester as president, she was on Dean's list.
But yet again, challenging myself will just end up in me getting stressed. I prefer managing myself and mastering one single skill, for example, time management. When I get home, I exercise, I eat, I take a shower, then I take some time off to de-stress myself and think about other things other than school. Thinking about school will just lead me into stressing myself up. If I have a lot of homeworks due, I will do the one that I do now and leave the others for later. And then I will take my time to do leisure activities to de-stress myself and cool my mind.
Well, engaging in challenges is not about stressing ourselves, but about new learning opportunities and explore my potential. For example, I joined the Campus Minister Club, knowing it would be a challenge to balance my schoolwork and activities. However, the more I interacted with club members, attended mass, or did the activities that the club had to offer, the more I built my social and team building skills. And these qualities or these skills that I gained from that not only will also help my self-confidence and impacted the way I study.
I understand what you're saying, but take for an example, right? I prepare well for a presentation. I have everything already set, me and my group member. But the projector suddenly stops working during the presentation. I will not stress out like my group members. I will instead crack a few jokes to lighten the mood, make everyone be calm, and then wait for the teacher to fix the projector. Instead of stressing out, it's better to stay calm, cool, and collected, and take time to think about what you're doing. This will help you accomplish what you really need to, rather than stressing out and putting yourself in extracurricular activities which can cause burnout, and which is what I'm trying to avoid.
All right, and that ends round one of our debate. And I gotta say, some of the highlights that I kind of took away from both your arguments. In the case of Ilya, you talked about learning lessons outside the classroom, which I think are very important for any college student. Really, if you're seeking out challenges and you want to learn things aside from what you're learning in your major, these can help you build very useful skills, as you said. And then there's Nathaniel's point when we talk about burnout, especially in the college life. That's kind of an issue. We don't want to burn ourselves out trying to attain a degree. So you make a valid point when you say, not stressing about the outcomes. Very, very important. So guys, thank you so much for that round one debate. We're going to ask you to please step off the couch, and we're going to bring Calvin and Kylie into the ring, where they're going to do a round two debate on students who are unsure about academic success and those who take a God-centered approach to their academics. So this is Perceptions on Academic Success, round two. Take it away, guys.
Well, firstly, academics can be very intimidating. Making so many choices, having to make them very quickly. What if I want to choose another major? What if I decide, I don't want science, I want business? What if? There's a lot of what if questions that come into play, and it can be very daunting to deal with.
Well, you see, thing is, right, for me, it's really important to have God in every aspect of your life in terms of education. So, with Him being the source of all wisdom and knowledge, who's better to receive those guidance from? So, for example, right, there was a time where I did, really poorly on a math quiz, and obviously I was, kind of disappointed in myself, but I gave my sense of that I need to push harder and just to have God with me. So, therefore, when I went home, I actually sat down before studying. I actually did a little prayer, asking for guidance when doing my problem solving. So when the test came around, so I was like, dog, I really couldn't believe how easy it went past. So you know what I mean? Because this time I actually had God and the Holy Spirit lead me the way, and this whole experience kind of gave me a sense of humility and gratitude. So
on top of self-doubt from self, you also have external pressure from other people around, and it can be very daunting to deal with because you have your parents, you have teachers, you have your friends. What are they doing? Where are they going? If they're going to UB, there's so many options. And actually, I had an experience where I was filling out my registration and I ended up messing up my registration and having to take a semester off, which I think helped me get very clear on what I wanted to do, what I wanted to study, all the types of. And I also saved some money because I did a part-time job, and it was very nice having my own independence and just gaining a lot of self-knowledge about myself.
yeah, alright. So the thing with this is that this would have been a perfect opportunity for you to open yourself up to God, and through prayer, so He can make those decisions for you. But in order for these prayers to work, you have to seek Him and His righteous kingdom, which can be found in the Bible or in one of the Gospels. So with prayer, right, you can be specific, but you just have to know what you're asking for, because God will listen and obviously will pave a path for you, and give you the purpose that you've been seeking for in terms of your academics.
Well, I mean, specific prayers could help, but it's not always the answer. And as William Zinsser said in his essay, College Pressures, that there will be plenty of time to change jobs, change careers, change attitudes and approaches. And I really resonate with that, because I think that time off from school really helped me to figure out what I wanted to do and just to keep my options open. And even now, while I am an entrepreneurship major, I'm thinking of dabbling in the science and having it as an elective. And to me, academic success is to stay curious, stay open, be happy, and just enjoy what you're doing. And yeah, I think that being happy is also very key to academic success.
Yes, but the thing is, right, God can also help us evolve when becoming adults. Just you have to accept Him, right? Because God has these traits such as passion, integrity, perseverance, and even compassion, which are traits that He wants to share with us attaining our goals. So, for instance, right, let's say we have like 100 hours of community service. Most students will think it's so hard or just a waste of time, but with God's guidance, you can look at it positively when attaining those hours, because that's what makes it most fulfilling and easy to attain. And I feel like, and because of that, it allows me to like share my gifts and skills to others that need them when attaining these goals, and we are also contributing to ourselves and the society as well.
Okay, wonderful, guys. That ends our round 2 with another set of valid points from 2 different perspectives. Imagine. So Kylie talks a lot about her college journey and how she kind of tried to make it her own, which I think a lot of college students can relate. They've struggled with that. If you're unsure, you're unsure. It's fine. Academic success is about being secure in what you're studying. And then we have Calvin, who's very inspiring. It is very important to have a relationship with God, especially as a person coming into adulthood, and college students are in that part of their lives. And so I believe it'll be very inspiring for them to overcome challenges by, applying that in their lives. One of the important takeaways, and I'm going to invite Nathaniel and Ilya to come join us back on the couch, because one of the important takeaways that I got from all 4 of your perspectives is perseverance. Perseverance is key. Whether you are seeking out challenges, whether you're waiting for the challenges to come around, whether you're unsure about where you want to go, and also when you want to put God at the center of your life and your academics as well. So perseverance. And if we go back to Travis et al.'s definition, which was we're trying to see if their perspectives had anything to do with this definition, perseverance was one of those key qualities for measuring academic success, in addition to satisfaction and acquiring desired skills, which I think some of you guys mentioned as well. All different perspectives, all brilliantly defended. And unfortunately, that brings us end to this episode of Sensory Podcast. We want to thank you guys on the couch for joining us and giving us this amazing debate. And we also want to thank our audience for tuning in, and we ask you to hit that subscribe and like button for us. So until the next episode of Sensory Podcast.
Bye.